Trust, do you know of anybody we can invite?
We're waiting for other. We do have others.
Okay, because what I could do is, have you had time? Has Corona allowed you, or the lockdown allowed you to work on what you did last week and then modify it, upgrade what you're going to submit originally? Oh, can't get any response. You do it later. It tends to. We all tend to forget because we one or two things. One, two. Our brain cannot retain. Our brain was not designed to store information. Our brains were designed to process information. That's the primary function of the human brain. So that's the reason why if you watch a film now, 1 hour later you remember almost everything you watched. Heavy ship, you can't turn it around so quickly because of what they call process in the entire system. Yeah.
Lavinia, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Lavinia has texted that.
Oh, what happened to Lavenia?
She has texted that the reception is really bad.
Oh, the reception is very bad. Okay, but what about you?
She'll be on the right.
Oh, please, can you tell the man, to cut it off? Okay, but what about you?
Between, not really.
Okay, let me just find out. Yeah.
The reception is
Trust,
not
can you hear?
no for me.
But I can hear
I
you.
can, but then it keeps breaking up. It's like there is some interruptions.
Why? Oh my goodness. Okay. Should I sing and see whether my song is... Rest is alright, right? Oh. Is it better now? I'm going to see whether I can switch off all my other devices and see whether the traffic of the internet is going to be any better. Is it okay? I'm going to switch off my devices now and see whether this is better. So I'll be using only one device and hope that the usage of the internet in my area it doesn't go overloaded. Okay, what about now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. It's better now? Yes? I'll put a question mark, yes? Better now? Oh, I got call. Rejoin. I'm going to rejoin now. Wow. Allow. Allow. Join. And here we go. Is it better now? Is it better now? Okay, I'll wait a minute. Let's see what happens.
Can you? Yes. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, it's a lot better now. What I said, or what we were discussing before. Oh Lord. my goodness. No. Okay. Christiana? It's better now?
We can hear you, yes.
Okay. Um, can I just repeat what I was saying slowly? And please, if you don't hear me, let me know. I said before that the speed of implementation can tell the difference between a successful entrepreneur and a mediocre entrepreneur. That if you hear anything first, the next thing you need to do is implement. Let me type again. I think I'll supplement this by saying speed. Can you all read what I'm writing? Of implementation. Okay, did you all see that? If you saw that, please type yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And Miss Beniwa. Is it Beniwa? Miss Beniwa? I hope.
It's Beniwa.
Yeah. Yeah, just type yes. Type yes so that if my voice is going, at least I know. Okay, I want to supplement everything I say by typing in the keywords so that if you are losing me, I can see I can immediately detect what's happening. Are you happy with that? Yes? Yes, okay. If I'm going to two yes is great. If any other person joins, I'll be able to pick that up, and I hope they will join us in because I'm going to run late if I wait many more minutes now. In terms of how do you as an entrepreneur innovate and stay on when others have already failed and left the scene? What is the difference between Coca-Cola and Virgin Cola? Because a lot of you have heard about Coca-Cola, and our parents heard about Coca-Cola, and our grandparents heard about Coca-Cola, but the company has outlived what was Virgin Cola about 10 years ago. So what did the management of Virgin Cola do that Coca-Cola did not do? And what did Coca-Cola do that the management of Virgin Cola did not do? So you need to be able to know the staying power of an entrepreneur, how great entrepreneurs are made and how mediocre entrepreneurs are made. In our second meeting, I gave the example. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's quite interactive. Yeah, you've already, yes. You see, number one was branding, the second one was advertising, and the third one was R&D. Good. Go ahead. And another thing was understanding the customer, understanding the needs of the customer. Because if you advertise without knowing who the customer is, that means who is your target customer. Who is your target customer? And I shared this before. I said if Coca-Cola had relied on selling Coke alone, just that brownish, grayish liquid alone, by now they will be out of business. Remember, I said that? Because the customers came with a different demand. And when they heard that the customers came with a different demand, then they started making Sprite. And then when they heard of another demand, making what? Fanta. And they heard of another demand. Thank you for joining us, Mishka. Kaida. Can we welcome Mr.? Thank you. Can you type in, Mr., that you are listening to us, or just type yes in your text box if you can find it?
Well, guys, how you doing?
Thank you.
I'm good. What about you? I hope everybody's feeling good.
Everybody is completely corona free. Everybody is corona free. Nobody has been knocked down by the evil virus. Thank you. So, what we were saying before is that companies that are great do certain things that mediocre companies forget to do. And we're just using the example of Coca-Cola and Virgin Cola. Virgin Cola was the same soft drink, the same type of taste, and in fact, most people could not taste. If you pour Virgin Cola into one cup and pour Coca-Cola into another cup, and you didn't label them, and the person was not in the room when you poured it in, if they now came into the room and you tell them, taste, tell us which is which, they couldn't tell, which is very sad. They could not tell the difference between how Virgin Cola tasted and how Coca-Cola tasted. But today, nobody knows anything about Virgin Cola, in spite of the Virgin brand. But everybody still goes ahead and buys Coca-Cola. If you want to lose weight, you buy the Diet Cola. If you're having problem with this, you get Zero Cola. So Coca-Cola is constantly changing to accommodate the needs of the customer. Please, can you type there? Customer survey is your number one key to staying power. Customer survey. If you do not know what your customer wants, you will never ever be able to satisfy your customer. Somebody else will go and satisfy your customer and they'll take you away. Because right now, the hospitality industry has been hit because of the drop in people traveling. The airline industry has also been hit. Why? Because of the drop of people traveling. Because those two industries are linked to each other. Now, if your only product or services are now linked to these two, you find out that, oh, transportation has been hit. But can you guess what? Local transportation has gone up. In terms of goods delivery, you cannot order anything on Ocado. Can you type in there how many of you are in lockdown and how many of you have tried to order anything from Ocado? They will put you on a long queue because some people are quarantined and so they have to order the food they eat, the ingredients they are going to use for their food. Others are in lockdown and it is very convenient for you not to go out, because if you go out, you don't know who is in front of you at the supermarket. You don't know who is behind you if you are going to go to the train station. So, in order for people to keep their safety, they are using another form of transportation, asking people to deliver items for them at home. So it means that the transportation industry has switched from the global, that means flying between cities, from the global in terms of taking ship and moving passengers and goods by ship, to that of local transportation. So if you understand the needs of the patient, you will be able to deliver the patient as a doctor. If you understand the needs of the customer, you will be able to, at the very least, thank you, Ms. Beniwa has said, she said, based on her experience, delivery is so slow that what used to be the same day delivery, you will now wait up to 15 to 30 days. This is how slow it is. So if you are an entrepreneur today, what you'll be doing is how you can assist in the delivery of local goods to local addresses. So you switch your focus from the global to the local, and then you hit it. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, and some people, you've heard this, those of you that are following the news, $2 trillion. I want you to write that down. Those of you that are here now, type there, $2 trillion. It's called the stimulus package for every single company, small or medium or large corporation that is based in the US, because the American government does not want businesses to go to the war. They have made available $2 trillion. And who can guess how many zeros are in trillion? Can anybody guess? If you've been following the news, you will have seen this. If you follow my broadcast, you will have seen that as well. Can anyone guess how many zeros are in trillion? I'm not talking million. I know all of you know million, 6 zeros. I'm not talking about billion. I know most of you know billion. Billion is about 18. 18. How many zeros are in trillion? So if you say you're an entrepreneur and you are going out of business because business is bad, it's because you are doing the wrong business. When you type in there doing the wrong business, you cannot say that business is bad. If business is bad, the question I'm going to ask you, why is it that Congress is always opposed to whatever Donald Trump says? The Parliament in the UK is always annoyed by what Boris Johnson says, because a lot of people think that Boris Johnson is divisive. Now check country out of country, they are giving businesses money. The government is giving businesses money. Last year, businesses were fined for not giving government money. Can you see? There's been a change, and if you're an entrepreneur, you just move straight into what do my customers require? What do my customers need now, and what do they need tomorrow? If you want to sell them what they needed 3 years ago, you'll be out of business. Guaranteed. So please, can you type that down? Customer needs, current customer needs, legacy customer needs. Type that down there, because I want you to type 3 different needs of the customer. If you survey your customer, like your students now, the university, the institution finds out from you what your needs are. If we told you to come to the classroom today, I know most of you will not even leave home because you don't know who you're going to get on the bus with, you don't know who you're going to get on the train with, and you don't know who you're going to get on the plane with. So you don't know how you're going to get there without getting contacted or contaminated by someone that has the virus. So we have listened to your needs, and we have moved the class from being physical to virtual. So if you're a business person now, if we were going to sell toothpaste before and we were hoping to have it as a physical product linking with your customers, what do you now do? You move virtual. Because every single human being that is in lockdown in Wuhan, someone might ask me, what is Wuhan? Wuhan is the epicenter of the coronavirus. So some people have been in lockdown for 52 days. Isn't that punishment? What do you think? Mishka, isn't that punishment? To be asked to stay in your house for 52 days? That sounds like prison to me. Under normal circumstances, that would be prison. But if you're an entrepreneur, you think of what their needs will be, and then you start a new line of products or services that will meet the immediate needs of your customer. I wish I can mention that slowly. Not the one that will meet the needs 5 years ago, because the customer is not where they were 5 years ago. When you acquired the customers 2 years ago, they're not where they were then. When you acquired 6 months ago, they're not where they are now. They are in a totally different terrain, and they are watching a different aspect of life now. So I wish I can get this video to come up for you. I was going to show you some. I got some props here. If we go into video, I might lose you, and I'm going to see whether I can send that across to you. Where his name is Stephen, is the Treasury Secretary. I mean, the secretary in charge of money receipts and spending in the U.S. that made it compulsory that no business should go bust at this time. You know why? Because if business goes bust, he is not going to be able to have an economy to come back to, and Donald Trump will lose the election. The same thing is applicable now. If for any reason the businesses pack up in the UK, Mr. Boris Johnson will be in trouble. So the Chancellor of the Exchequer, what you would call the Finance Minister, here in the UK has announced that if you are a business, they will give you 80% of your workers' salary. Can you believe that? The government giving you money, an entrepreneur, to pay your staff. So some people will even employ more staff because they recognize that the single biggest expenses of any establishment is the payment of staff. So I really need you. Oh, thank you, Trust, you're putting some words there. Miss Car, are you listening to us? We can't see any of your typings. Or can you get up the chat box? Are you able to